So far, we've taken our audio groove and we've chopped it up, put it across several different tracks and fed it through some different effects processes and changed the submix of it slightly. So realistically, we've completely twisted it. We've changed the arrangement of it. We've changed the sound of it. And I've actually gone a step further and adjusted it very slightly, made it slightly tighter. It's still a really quirky sequence. But what I want to do with it now is I want to show you how we can take things even further and move it into ReCycle, turn it into a Rex file, and bring it back into the Dr. OctoRex for further treatment. So let's have a listen to what we've got. Now you can hear this delay on it and effects on it, but I'm not going to be too concerned about that because I want an absolute loop. So we've got the left and right locators set perfectly around our new creation. And I want to go to export loop as audio file. And let's just call this new loop. We can spell it right. And go to the desktop. And we're going to go with 24-bit. So it's in our working resolution. And our loop is now on the desktop ready to go. I'm going to go to ReCycle. I'm going to open it up. And you can see our new loop there. And let me just stretch this out so it's the right size. There we go. And you can see our loop is exactly how we want it. And it's exactly how it was in Reason. Obviously, it's all flattened into one file, but we're pretty much good to go. So the first thing you want to look at when you get into ReCycle, and pretty much this is it, by the way. There's a couple of menus at the top. There's process and view and edit. But it's a very simple program and really easy to use. But the first thing you want to use is the sensitivity slider. It works by putting slices into the audio. And this is how it's able to change the timing of a loop. And the slices can either be manually drawn in, or you can use this automatic algorithm that I'm using now. And the sensitivity knob pretty much does a really good job of placing them in the correct place. If you go too far, you'll see you start to get ones in double places and it starts to get a little bit too busy. But if you get to a certain happy medium, let's say around here, you can start to draw in missing points. So pick out specific sort of transient points like I'm doing now, and you can pretty much draw them in yourself and get a good feel for what's going on. Let's say here and here for these slices. And I'd say that's pretty good. Play it back. Now, if you've got double points or ones that you don't want, you can just delete them manually and put them back in or whatever you want to do. So just select these slices. You can delete, move, and create new ones with the pencil tool. And if you want to hear each slice, just float over the slice and play it. Good way to check if you've got a transient event. Nice. Okay, so when you're done, check how many bars it is. We know we've got one bar there. Hit the preview button. This is the next step. Everything lights up and we've got one bar. We can see it's exactly 120 BPM. That's what we wanted. That was our working tempo. And now we're ready to export and save. Now I'm going to leave all the effects off. The envelope tool is pretty much good at its default setting. We're not really going to change the tempo here. So we're good to go. And we can save this now as new loop on the desktop. You can give it the same name because it's going to be an RX2, which is a Rex file. And that is now usable in Reason and in the Dr. OctoRex. So I'm going to mute the audio that we were using. And I'm going to create a Dr. OctoRex loop player. Now I'm going to also reset this instrument so that it's completely empty. Go to the slot 1 and go to Browse Loop. Go to our desktop. There's new loop. And there it is with exactly the same slices that we just made in ReCycle. And you can see every one that I placed is present. If we select slice by MIDI, make sure that's activated and play it back. We've already looked at the graphical slice edit mode, and this is still the king of sound mangling. So let's quickly get into this slice edit mode. We'll go into pan. We can quickly create some auto pan. Let's go alternate. And again, this would take quite a while in using standard automation. And it's really, really quick and intuitive here in the slice edit mode of the OctoRex. Let's play that back. Great. And we're going to go with a couple of reverses. And we're going to change the filter frequency. And I'm going to add some resonance. And a little bit of envelope modulation. Great. Let's add some processing to this. So we'll go with the Scream 4, and we're going to go to Creative Effects for that. And then we're going to follow this up with the Echo. These are two effects we've been using quite a lot. Let's go to Creative Effects again. And we'll go with one of the multi-panning delay presets. Take the body off, and we'll go with a light tube distortion. Make sure the dry wet's down. So you can see by getting the sound out into ReCycle and then back into the OctoRex, it gives you another opportunity to completely twist the sound and give you a whole new layer of editing that's available to you. Next up, we're going to move into the next chapter, and we're going to finish off with some staple processing techniques that I think are just essential for sound design.